Alright, we're back. I'm going to send out an invite once again. Okay. Apologies about the microwave and all that. I don't know what that whole deal is about, but something about the way that the PlayStation 4 is designed, that they just... The microwave causes... I don't know. I don't know what it causes, but it causes problems with the PlayStation 4 and its Wi-Fi card and all that. It makes it lose connection, pretty much. Anyway, hi guys. Sorry about that. The question that I was presented with was... will I play Don't Starve? The answer is yes. I will likely play Don't Starve again, and in fact, if you guys wanted to play it with me, I wouldn't mind playing Don't Starve with you guys at all. I wouldn't mind it at all. Anyway, go make myself yet another iron pickaxe, because I seem to have a habit for breaking them. Maybe I should go find some iron. Anyway, hello Stream Gamer. What's up, you ask? Let's see, looks like we got a little bit of dirt there, some stone, some cobblestone, and there's a little granite for some extra flavor, you know. Dorite there. Okay. So, questions. Shoot, I see we have 3 people in the stream now. There was a thing I was going to do. I was going to go over here. The sky. Yeah, not where I am right now, but it's up there. I have a whiny cat. I don't know if you can hear him. Let's see here. I'm gonna go put these in the auto furnace. I have an auto furnace, by the way, guys. Maybe I'll show you how this works. So basically, you put your ingredients in this chest, and your fuel in this chest, which I'll stick some in right there, and then it comes out here. Your ingredients come out there. And just to prove that I'm not doing any sort of hacking or anything, we'll sit here for a second, and there you go. There's now 2. I didn't press any buttons. I didn't do anything. This is auto furnace in the truest way. I'll even show you how it works if you're interested. There we go. Right in here, this is the redstone for the auto furnace. It's actually not that difficult as far as the redstone goes. I believe these are droppers, and then these are hoppers. So the first chest up on the side that gives you fuel is right on top of this hopper, and it's set to fire the coal. If I can jump up there, it's set to fire the coal right into the furnace here from the side. So then the chest above shoots fuel or things to burn in, and then the chest over on this side, the ingredients that have been smelted or burned or whatever, drop in here, go inside of this dispenser, shoot up into this one, and then up into the next chest. And that's all based on this loop here, where when this thing gets an item, it senses it, creates a current, and then tells the next one to feed it. It's actually not that bad. Maybe I'll build that sometime for you guys outside of building or something, so that you can actually see how that functions. Anyway, questions. I'm sure some of you have loads of questions. Like, for instance, when was the first time you played video games? Or what was the first video game you played? Or something along those lines. Maybe how long have you been playing video games? Because that's one that I actually don't get asked a lot, which is kind of surprising. But there you go. I mean, there's just some suggestions there. Or another suggestion, why is your cat so loud and meowing and, and scratching up your door frame? Because he is right now. Stuff like that. Let's see. Should I make that cobblestone? No. A lot of dirt over here. How did I get into games? Nice wording. Okay. My dad actually got me into video games. He doesn't play anymore, otherwise I would have him in a video or something. But he doesn't play anymore for his own reasons. And my dad was actually the one who introduced me to video games at about the age of 3. Yeah, I'm 17 now, almost 18. I'll be 18 in another 2 months, actually, surprisingly enough. Anyway, and it was my dad who actually got me into video games, and I think the first video game that he got me into, now, you know, forgive me, it has been a little while, I believe was Quake. And back in the 90s, when it first came out, and early 2000s, that was a very popular first-person shooter kind of game on the PC. And we had, at the time, a Windows XP computer with, I think, 512 meg of RAM and a 1.0 gigahertz processor, which actually isn't too bad given the time, but yeah. Oh. Cool. Oh, maybe I'll have to see if I can find that. Anyway, yeah, it was my dad who got me into video games when I was 3. He later bought me the PlayStation 2 when I was 7, and at that point I became addicted to Sony products. I very quickly realized how indestructible the PlayStation 2 was. And here's the fun thing, because my grandfather, and I don't know if all of you know this, but Blue Sports Car is my grandfather. Some of you know that, some of you don't. But Blue Sports Car is my grandfather. I can prove it to you. I've got videos of me and him in the same room. Anyway, and surprisingly enough, he got a PlayStation 3 before I did. And I was considering not even buying a PlayStation 3 at all. But he was the one who actually got me into the PlayStation 3, not the other way around. He was the one who got me interested in playing on the PlayStation 3, and the one game that convinced me to buy the PlayStation 3... Whoops, I dropped a torch. The one game that convinced me to buy the PlayStation 3 was LittleBigPlanet, the original LittleBigPlanet. And I still play LittleBigPlanet to this day. I will play it anyway. I haven't played in a little while, but I build all kinds of crazy stuff on there. Just absolutely crazy. And it's kind of the game that introduced me into computer programming as well. And so now I do a little bit of computer programming here and there, a little bit of LittleBigPlanet here and there. All kinds of crazy stuff. So what else have you guys got? What other questions? I realize that there's only 3 of you in here right now, but surely 3 people could ask one person enough questions to last a lifetime. Surely. So what else have you guys got? What's the one question that you guys have always wanted to ask me but never bothered to do it or never got the opportunity to ask? Because this is probably the last time I'm going to do a Q&A stream, or at least last time for a while, because every time I talked about it, nobody really seemed to acknowledge it, that I was going to do anything. And I wanted to do it for a 100 subscriber special, and seeing as I got 100 subscribers just like last week, I guess now is a pretty good time, but nobody really paid attention to it when I talked about it in the past. Anyway, questions. What questions do you guys have? I mean, you could ask me anything. You could ask me what I had for breakfast this morning. I really don't care. Ask me anything you like. It could be the simplest question. It could be the most complex question. Hello. What is my favorite show? Ooh, that is a good question. Favorite show? I might have to think about that one for a little while. Favorite TV show? Are we talking about one that has like a series, or are we talking like a movie? Because that does change things. I assume that we're talking about like an actual, there are seasons and all of that. Right? Are we talking like there are seasons and stuff? Favorite video game? Now that one I was prepared to answer. Favorite video game is, alright, I actually have like a top 5 list. LittleBigPlanet is on said top 5 list, by the way. One of my favorite video games would probably have to be the Star Wars Battlefront games. The classic Star Wars Battlefront games, which is one of the reasons why I was so hyped for when Battlefront 2 came out, because up until now, Battlefront 2, the newest one, was the closest thing that has ever come to Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2, the classics. So, we are talking about the... Sorry, I kind of accidentally skipped over a question. What is my favorite television show? We are talking about a series. So, favorite television show, probably, now this one isn't on air anymore. I'd prefer if you didn't join me right now. I would be happy to have people join me after the stream. Right now, I would just rather it be me in here. But you can join later if you like. So right now, my favorite television show would probably have to be Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I really liked The Clone Wars quite a lot, and I was super excited when it came out, or when I heard that it was coming out, even though I actually never got to watch it live, really. I watched maybe one episode live, because I actually don't have cable or satellite or any of that. I have old stuff, is what I have, which is one of the reasons why you'll see old stuff on my channel, because it's kind of what I use. Anyway, so as far as shows that are not airing right now, it'd probably have to be Star Wars Clone Wars, maybe Star Trek Voyager. And then as far as shows that are airing right now, probably RWBY. I realize it's not technically a television show, but they have it set up in seasons and stuff, so I would consider it a television show. Plus, it managed to find its way onto Funimation and to Crunchyroll, so I'd consider it an actual television series. Let's see here, did I get that right? I did. Okay, and I'll put one more right here. So, what other questions do you guys have? Right? Yep. And I don't need that anymore. Okay. Starting to get somewhere down here. Water! More water! I'm going to have to pick up all these tracks and place them back down. Favorite song? Ooh. It would probably have to be from the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack. And... I know it sounds crazy, but I really love How to Train Your Dragon. Why do I keep winding up with one extra rail? I really love How to Train Your Dragon and the whole soundtrack and everything that follows it. So it would probably have to be something from there. As far as which one, it's just too hard to decide. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go later after the stream, look up the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack and listen to some of it. It's difficult to say. It's really difficult to find a good one that you can pick over the others. Amazing World of Gumball. I've watched a little bit of that, but I haven't been too impressed with the things that have been coming out on Cartoon Network lately. They used to be a lot better than they are now, I think. Though I won't say that Gumball isn't a good show or something. I haven't really watched it. Do I watch anime? Yes, I do. If you couldn't tell from my intro, my channel intro, I do indeed watch anime. Not necessarily on a regular basis, but I enjoy some anime titles. The kind of stuff that I watch, because I know the next question is what kind of stuff that you watch. The kind of stuff that I watch usually strings towards the kind of cutesy, weird anime kind of stuff. For instance, I don't know if you guys have watched this or not, but I've watched one called New Game. It's on Crunchyroll, if you're interested. That was interesting. I rather liked that one. And I'm trying to think of other ones that kind of fall into that title. Avatar: The Last Airbender kind of falls into that title, but not really. I kind of like watching cutesy anime things that most people probably wouldn't watch. And occasionally the action-y ones. Oh, that's a notification. I have it set up so that certain people will pop up on the side so that I can tell if they're online or not. This spot really needs some decent stairs. Make some stairs. Oh, by the way, I use my D-pad for just about everything when it comes to this. Crafting and stuff. I'm kind of surprised nobody's asked me why I use classic crafting, because I actually have a reason. And I'm kind of surprised that nobody's asked me about anything I do around art, because I'm not just a gamer, I'm also an artist. And, among other things. Let's see here. Stairs! Look! Stairs! They work! I'd hope that they would work, otherwise I'd have to hack into this and then fix them. Because we all know that Microsoft isn't going to do it anytime soon. Let's see here. And there we go. Stairs complete. I really need to redo a lot of these rooms down here. This is actually Sports Car's house. And these are all his chests, and I don't know what all he's got in here. Favorite song to play. Now, you see, Jerry knows something about me that you guys don't know. I don't think I've ever really told you guys this. I would not say that Destiny's on my top 5, no. Back in year 1, it could have been, but as it stands right now, not really. Anyway, Jerry actually knows something that most of you do not know, and that is that I play multiple different instruments. As it stands right now, I play 4 different instruments, one of which I actually built myself, and I'm planning on learning many, many more in my lifetime. Anyway, favorite song to play would probably have to be Clair de Lune, because I like how it's very complex, but at the same time very fun. And I like the way it sounds as well. When you've got a piano that's in really good tune, it sounds amazing, but it's one of those songs that if your piano isn't in good tune, if it's not tuned up correctly, you can definitely hear the difference. Let's see here. I have some of this, which is actually what I need right now. Well, of course you knew that. Jerry actually knows me personally. So, he knows some things about me that most of you will likely never know, but at the same time you could ask here and I probably would answer it and then you'd know. But because he knows me on a personal level, he gets to talk to me on pretty much whenever he wants. Weekly basis kind of a deal. Yeah. We actually, Jerry and I, are big Nerfers, actually. We like doing Nerf events. Nerf, as in, yes, the toy blaster gun things that shoot foam. Yes, Nerf. We enjoy going to events, sometimes at a park near where we live, because we actually live really close together as well. So, we enjoy going to public events with some of the big Nerfers that maybe some of you in the Nerf community have heard of, for those of you who watch my channel for Nerf, which I really need to post more Nerf videos. Anyway, we go to events with guys like Captain Xavier and Walcom S7, Out of Darts is there, Brett is there. I mean, a lot of big names. We know a lot of guys in the YouTube Nerf community. And Jerry could probably enlighten you guys a little more on that, but I have a lot of fun with it, and I enjoy modifying my blasters. And in particular, I really enjoy the spring-powered blasters, mostly because spring-powered is like one of the easier ones to mod, but also you just don't get that same feel from the other blasters of really pumping something and getting it to shoot, and kind of a deal. I don't know, it's different than most others. So, have I ever played Dark Souls? I haven't, actually, which is kind of strange because I actually have been trying for a long time to become one of the top players out there of just about anything, and I have not played Dark Souls, which is kind of sad. I should probably maybe play that. I know Sportcar has played it, and he said that he wasn't too impressed by it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll play it one day. Good question, though. There. I'm going over here. That's right. So, what else have you guys got? That needs a torch. Right? Not... Well, I guess that works. Yeah, Jerry likes springs as well. Springers, as they call them in the Nerf community. I don't mind the electric guns too much. It's just electric guns, well, most of them, not all of them, but most of them are very noisy to use. And because of that, you can't be very stealthy. Do you have a custom controller? Yes and no. I have a custom controller that I custom made myself, but not for the PlayStation 4, for the PlayStation 3. Ah, that's important, actually, this dirt. I do have a custom PlayStation 3 controller that I made myself. Sportcar has a custom PlayStation 3 controller as well. And what's special about them is that I have a hair trigger X circle square triangle buttons on it. So basically, you know how sometimes when you play the PlayStation 3 and you press the button but it doesn't read? Yeah, that never happens to me. And I also have... See, I tried hair trigger L2 and R2 buttons, but that didn't work too well. I have, on my controller, Sportcars doesn't have this, I have PlayStation 2 joysticks rather than PlayStation 3, which means the PlayStation 3 joysticks are actually a bit shorter than the PlayStation 2 joysticks, are a little bit shorter than the PlayStation 3 joysticks, and because of that, it means that when you're using your controller, there's better precision in finer movements because you have to move the joystick further in order to get it to move the same distance. And having grown up on the PlayStation 2 as my console platform and how all that works, I'm really used to that whole having to move more in order to get the same distance sort of thing. But that's not the only modification I have to it. And again, Jerry has actually seen these controllers in person. I think he maybe has used one or two in the past. But the other major modification to that particular controller is that it has two batteries that are linked together. So basically, I can hit a switch when one battery is dying, and it switches over to the other battery, and thus I don't have to charge it as much. Or, well, I do, but I don't have to charge it immediately. So it's great for if your battery's dying and you're in the middle of a recording and you need to continue playing. So you just hit the button and voila. Anyway, I hope that big long rant and rambling that explained everything. So what else have you guys got? I mean, you know, some of you probably know that I like to customize and modify things to fit my purposes a little better. And I have even, I know I mentioned it earlier in the last section of the stream, but I have even modified my PlayStation 4 controller a little bit. And what I did was I added some padding on mine, because the newer models of the PlayStation 4 controller have this issue where they're really, really loud when you quickly let go of the R2 or L2 button. And so I created a little modification to make them quieter for recording purposes. There. Like for instance here, since I have the felt out on the right side, here, if I do this, that's about how loud they are normally, like that, and then here's felted. It's quieter, creates a different sound. Just it works better, I find, having them padded like that. Anyway, what other questions do you guys have? Kind of surprised nobody has mentioned anything about some of the Minecraft builds I've made in the past. Of course, I don't know that my YouTube community even knows about half the Minecraft builds I've made. Maybe I should do a video on Minecraft builds I've made on the PlayStation 3. Old Minecraft builds. I had this one build. It was really awesome. I never finished it, but I was building a full-scale enterprise. Have I modified my PS4 yet? No, but I want to modify it. I'm looking up ways to do it, actually. And what I want to do is I want to try and put more RAM in my PS4 if I can. I don't know that it's possible, though, because I think everything is mounted directly to the motherboard. And because of that, it would be very, very difficult to try and replace it. And then on top of that, it would be even more difficult to try and find the replacement part that would be an upgrade. So, yeah, I don't know if the PS4 will ever really get an upgrade, but maybe a hard drive upgrade in the future. Maybe. We'll see. Now, my PC, on the other hand, has a few different modifications done to it. I actually do have some mods on my PC. You know, honestly, this kind of stuff, I might just have to make a whole video on it, on some of the hardware and stuff that I have that is modified or is set in a specific way so that it will function better than it normally does. Really, that's what I do. Whenever I modify something, it's so that it'll function better than it normally does. Oh, well, it's not like it wasn't illegal, or like it was illegal before. It was just that if you modified your PS4, then you would have to try and find the replacement parts and stuff, and it's difficult to find it. Plus, if you had a warranty on your PS4, which I believe mine still is under warranty, though the controller probably isn't anymore. If you had a warranty on it, by modifying anything while it's under warranty, you void the warranty, which basically means you can't return it if anything goes bad. This port has some weird stuff in his chests. Anyway, nice to know that that's kind of legal now. Been working on a little something on my computer too, but I'm not going to say what it is because of reasons. I've been trying to... Do you know DeWay? What? Am I reading that right? DeWay? I don't know. I don't know if I know DeWay. But I've been working on finding a way to play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay. Sorry about that. Mom came in. Anyway, I've been working on a way to play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and while I haven't figured out a way to do it yet... Yeah, I am streaming, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. The microwave. You understand, microwave. I'm working on a way to play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I don't have one yet. I've been trying for the past several days, in fact the last week, to figure it out, but I have still yet come to a good way to do that. So, until then, I won't be playing it, but I'm working on it. Working on a way to play it. Oh man, there's a big huge hole over there I should fill in. Alright, so what other questions you guys have? Like I said, I'm kind of surprised nobody has mentioned anything about some of the Minecraft builds I've done in the past. Or how I learned Redstone or something, you know, something like that. I'm just kind of surprised. Normally, I get questions like that. Normally. So what's that? Granite? Nah. Nobody needs granite. That can be in there now. Okay. Ooh, well, I guess we're building a wall here. Why did microwave turn on during stream? Because somebody woke up and didn't know I was streaming. And so the microwave was turned on. And it's pretty much usual dinner time for me around here. See, let me see. It's 5:50 just about where I live right now. Spider. Heard that. There's a spider in my house. I will find you, spider. I will slay you with my iron sword. Let's see. Oh, I probably have more cobblestone, don't I? Yep. Okay. Yeah. Now, I don't know if that many of you know this, but actually I play with people all over the globe, and the furthest I've ever played with anybody is Iceland. And living in the US, that's pretty far. I've played with people as far away as Japan, Sweden, and as close as, 30-minute drive from me. I really have. I've played with just about, well, I wouldn't say just about every country, but I played with a lot of different people from different countries, and I've played with people from all around the world. It's kind of fun. Kind of really ridiculously fun. Let's see here. This will have to do. I'll go up top and fix that later. Just a little later. I was trying to expand a room, but it wound up not working too well. So, what other questions have you guys got? I think at this point we're actually starting to run out of questions, which is a good thing. Microwave Coon must be destroyed. I know, or grounded properly or something. Something needs to be done about that microwave. Or the PlayStation 4 Wi-Fi chip. Honestly, I should modify my PlayStation 4's Wi-Fi chip. That's what I should do. Actually, currently I have PlayStation 4 routed through my computer for Wi-Fi. That is my current Wi-Fi setup. I set it up so that my PlayStation 4 will use my computer's Wi-Fi card because I am absolutely miles away from my router. And I set it up so that my PlayStation 4 will use the computer's Wi-Fi card rather than the one built in. And basically I changed my NAT type, but it didn't really do anything for me. So yeah, I was hoping that it would cut some of the issues that I've been having with the microwave and the PS4 not liking each other, but it really didn't do anything.